What's going on, everyone? It's Andrew from MAO Magic, and I have the new Magic Trackpad 2. Building on the previous generation, this is the trackpad for any of your desktop computers or your clamshell notebook. There is quite a few changes here. Unfortunately, one of the biggest changes is in the price, but we will get to that. Obviously, the other big change is the new model is rechargeable compared to the last generation. Inside, you'll get a handy lightning cable. You get some quick starter guides, as well as the actual trackpad itself. The new model here probably has the most drastic design change from the previous generation, both the keyboard and the Magic Mouse remaining largely unchanged other than the fact that it is rechargeable. Now, the last generation was $69, which was not horrible for this large glass trackpad that you could use on your desktop, which was super handy. However, this new model comes in at $129, which is now the most expensive across Apple's lineup as far as the peripherals go. The keyboard comes in at $99, and the Magic Mouse 2 comes in at $79. So $129 is almost double what the original Apple trackpad cost. So if we take a look at this new expensive hardware, if we look at the front here, you'll notice we have the sensor bar, which is where it allows the Bluetooth signal to escape from the metal casing. We have the lightning connector right there in the center, and we have the on and off switch there on the right. So this does nicely use a lightning connector and not some other either a new proprietary cable or a micro USB like many others on the market. It also has the new slimmer profile to match the new Magic keyboard, so that is very nice, especially if you have those side by side. And the top of this is a 29% increase in surface area compared to the last generation model. So if we go ahead and take a look at the last generation model, it actually looks kind of dated. I never realized how dated the old one looked, especially when you compare it to the new one. So the new one kind of has a white top compared to the last one, which was still silver with that glass over top of it, but you can't really tell. It's not really white. It's kind of like a silverish white, but it is lighter than the last generation. It looks more metal-like. You can also now press it anywhere on this actual trackpad. The previous generation one, you cannot press towards the top because you are basically pressing the feet on the bottom. So when you go towards the top, that bar there, it stops being pressable. You notice the actual feet themselves, these are what's clicking. So when you press anywhere on the trackpad, there's feet to press, and that's what sends that notification in. There is no feet on the back, or at least that depress. On the new one, all the feet are flat because it's not using those, it's actually using the pressure sensor inside, which is why it has that force touch capabilities. It was also able to slim down a lot, ditching those two AA batteries that went in this compartment here on the back. So now that those are gone, we get rid of that power button on the side as well as that little tube that has the batteries. Everything is just now baked right inside our new slim profile. So as far as comparing this to the actual last generation, the new one is a very good enhancement other than the built-in charging and the fact that you could press it everywhere. We didn't need the larger surface area, but that is also a plus. Now, charging wise, a full charge takes about 2 hours, though you can leave it plugged in the whole time. Once it is fully charged, you'll get a month of wireless usage. What I think is really handy about the lightning cable is it'll actually transport data, which allows it to automatically pair with your Mac all at once when you plug it in. So you don't have to go through that pairing process. It'll simply plug in and it'll automatically be paired with your Mac. Now, one thing to note, unlike its peripheral brethren, the Magic Mouse 2 and the Magic Keyboard, the Magic Trackpad 2 requires a Mac using Bluetooth 4.0. So that is basically any Mac made after 2011. So anything from 2012 on should contain the Bluetooth 4.0 requirements. However, you could get a separate dongle to do the same. So speaking of the Magic Trackpad kin, here you can see the new Magic Keyboard on the left. Obviously, we have our Magic Trackpad 2 and our new Magic Mouse 2, all with new enhancements. You can check out the videos for those. The links are at the end. So as far as the pros and cons go, pros, it is rechargeable. It ditches those pesky AA batteries, which is better for the environment. It is very solid. There's no moving parts really because of that new force touch. It is super slim, easy to transport around. It uses a lightning cable to charge, so you don't have to have a micro USB plugged into your computer, as well as that prerequisite a lightning cable for all of your other Apple accessories. It was obviously designed in tandem with that new Magic keyboard and matches the profile and angle perfectly. You can now press anywhere on the trackpad. You can now push on the top of it, and it'll work the same as if you were pushing on the bottom, which is a huge gain. It has a larger surface area, which is a very handy enhancement. And lastly, it has Force Touch, which is probably the other biggest change in the new model, matching the new iPhones and new MacBook. That is a huge plus and obviously a huge reason for that new price. Which brings us to the cons. Price. This is super expensive at $129 for nothing more than a trackpad. This is the biggest price increase of all of Apple's new lineup. and total charge is only a month. So you're getting 30 days out of a charge, which could be worse, but you can keep it plugged in all the time, so it's not that big of a deal. If you're looking at buying Apple's Magic Trackpad 2 or any of Apple's other peripherals, the links are in the description. Check out the other videos on Apple's new lineup. Make sure you subscribe to keep these videos coming. Throw any questions in the comments, and I'll see you next time.